Let's head to the City League. Rogers looking for their first league win, hosting the 2-2 Scott Bulldogs. Rams firing, trading Booker from deep, knocks it down. It's an early 8-point lead. Later in the first, Rams tough defense. Off the inbounds, loose ball, Demetric Peterson ahead to Kaiser McAllister for the two-hand slam. 14-2 Rogers starts the game. But the Bulldogs would settle in. Mario Peters, the contact, and one. Bulldogs down 7 after the free throw. Second quarter, more from Scott. Daryl Barnett Jr. Toledo offered him in football this week. You can see the physicality there. Scott down 7 at the break. End of the third, game tied. Isaiah Beauchamp pulls up from the elbow. Bulldogs take the lead going into the fourth, and that carries over as Scott rallies for the 52-47 victory. Peters with 18 points. Beauchamp says Scott's experienced the difference in overcoming that first half deficit.
We started off slow, but we knew that we were the more experienced team. I'm the point guard, so it's my job to get everybody going. And like I said, we just started off slow, but we knew like it's basketball, you know what I'm saying? So since it's basketball, you know, they go on runs, we're going to go on a run. And we were the better team, and we know we're the better team. So with that being said, we knew we were going to prevail.
Tim Clegg and Rodney Martin join us.
Scott Bulldogs needed all 32 minutes in regulation to complete a come-from-behind win against Rogers, but it was the Rams who came out of the gates on fire. They went on a 14-2 run in the first quarter, but it was the experience that guided Scott back.
Well, you got to, when they came out at halftime, you could see that they had talked about what they needed to do in order to change everything else. Isaiah came out, got on the ball, started putting ball pressure on him, got back deflections and everything else.
Isaiah Beauchamp had 8 of his 10 points coming in the third quarter. But this three-headed monster, the experience with Isaiah Beauchamp, Mario Peters, and Daryl Barnett, they are just a force to be reckoned with for the Scott Bulldogs.
Well, like we talked about earlier, those young guys have been together since they were little guys. So now you're coming into, as they mature, they're learning the patience, they're learning how to continue to play together, and nothing really rattles them anymore.
Rogers, unfortunately, it's a familiar sight again. Game coming down to crunch time in the fourth quarter. All 4 of their losses now by 8 points or less. What do they need to do a better job collectively as a team in crunch time?
Well, if I'm looking at the situation, I'm looking at the turnovers, I'm looking at the missed layups, I'm looking at also the missed free throw opportunities.
A big week for the Scott Bulldogs. First, they take down the preseason favorites, Lima Senior, and then a come-from-behind victory here against the Rogers Rams. They move to 3-2 on the young season.